So for the stream, I've got a number of weapons from the Holy Grail that are just kind of sitting there doing nothing. Weapons I've never used, like for example, Ghost Flame. Will I ever use that? Probably not. And it's like, well, for a bit of fun to change it up, because the pitzerking grind is getting quite repetitive. Um, just kind of any weapon, ideally one-handed, so I can keep the dual-listed Blade of Alibaba for an extra 159% chance of finding items. But yeah, and the thing is, I mean, for the Grail, I mean, anything is pretty much, no, everything is a downgrade from Grief, and I was using it, so I don't see myself at any advantage. I don't see it kind of disqualifying me in any way. Well, at least by my own terms. Maybe it might be a bit different for you, but yeah, I mean, I've already moved away from Grief because, well, Grief is quite done, so to speak. And I'm just using a rare weapon. My closest roll, will say, to something great. It's still not F. It's still not say it got the repair mod or anything, but it's usable. So yeah, we'll just continue doing the grind. But every now and again, I'll change the weapon whenever the people really want. There's things like even Messerschmitt's Reaver. I've got an F one of those. I could throw that on the barb for a bit of fun. Yeah, so that's the general premise of the situation. So I'll just pull up chat, and until such time, I'll just continue using Corpse Bludgeon. So I've got obviously Enable Respec ready to go. Alright, well, until I start getting some suggestions, I'll just continue the grind with Corpse Bludgeon for now.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, man, you had a few, eh? So you found that the best way to deal with things at the moment, have you?
I am overburdened.
I've
I cannot
passed
carry
out
this
many a
alone.
time drinking too much myself in the past, which is partly a good reason why I'm not at the moment drinking much. Well, actually anything. Yeah, man. That's it's one way of coping. Oh, that's the reason why I stopped is because that was all I had in my repertoire, in my quiver, because I just reinforced it for so long. I was just like, nah, this is it's fine to have. I think it's absolutely fine to have a drink, but it's the place you're having it from. And if it's like, look, a Schaefer to start the day out with. My highest roll defense is 139, and it's not on here because it's of course put a topaz in something else. So let's have a look. 113. All right, I've got a few of these. Don't need it. Yeah, what was the same before the Schaefer? Um, yeah, it's just like that was enough. Oh, I'm in the middle of fanaticism there. Hold on a second. Fanaticism. Yeah, just it was a bit of a odd one-trick pony for me. I was just like, But I found the benefit in stopping is not so much the physical side, but there's that. It's the kind of pushed me to look elsewhere
I
for
am overburdened.
dealing with life essentially. Yeah, I know. A couple of years ago, I wouldn't have thought I'd even be dropping Shakos, but pitzerking, my gosh. I found another Griffins the other day. Yeah. Yeah, so do you want to see a particular weapon? I've got a few. Um, what have I got in here? Oh, these are all just bases. Lawbringer. Could just use that for fun, but it does stuff full damage. Um, I've actually got Ghostlamer. I found that again the other day. And, I mean, we could have a quick look at... So on the Grail, there's some cool weapons we could use. Could even use Mang Songs. That'd be funny. Uh, yeah, could chuck that on. Does a bit of damage. Could chuck on a Grandfather. I don't know what the point would be to put on the the Death Web. Could use the Death Cleaver, not Eth, sorry, just the Death Cleaver. I've got Stone Crusher, Stormlash, Executioner's Justice. What else? Earth Shifter. I mean, yep. I mean, it will work. That's just like the Grail items. And then there's plenty of other like weapons for fun. That's right. There's a few I put on the side. We've got Razor's Edge. I reckon that'd be quite effective. Um, Suzabi's. I got an Earth Demon Limb. I think it was on stream a little while back. That's probably one of the better ones. 157 to 285 with extra damage to demons. A Doombringer. I've got more. So yeah, I mean, if something tickles your fancy, we could just mix it up from Barb's current weapon, which would be hard to beat. I mean, yeah, because I don't need to put anything in to worry about it. Chance to hit is going to be the problem, really. And that has 1855. 1855? Yeah, 1855 attack rating on it. So I don't have to put anything into dexterity, it's at 44. or 58 with the weapons equipped. And I've got a 95% chance to hit. Where is he?
I can't carry anymore.
Interesting. Two rear rings
I am over.
in succession. I can't say I've ever had that from two successful hawks. 4 life steal, 9 all is no.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've been using grief. I could use it. I'd be happy to. It's the fastest, most bestest weapon in slot. um, yeah. So if you do want to see it, look at that. Wait a minute. Oh, it's got no ED. Come on. It's got the. It needs a lot of ED. Hold on. If I up that to a phase blade, is that doable? I don't know how much extra damage I get. Come on. We could look at that too. I'm happy to use an I think it's an rune. 20 IAS, 123 to max damage. It's the maximum damage that's really helping out here. Oh, upping it won't do too much at all. Man, what could have been? That's close again. It just needed 300 enhanced damage. Crikey. So close, but so far. Alright, well, if you want grief, mate, we'll go grief for a little bit. And we can change it up. But grief is super powerful. I might just use that for funsies. I need 136. Ah, shivers, hold on. Here goes, what's my best roll? I got 2 very average rolls, but it doesn't make too much difference. Not a player's one. In fact, I'd say it'd make stuff all difference. Let's go on to vitality, skills. I'm just going to check where I get 75%. That's that is, hold on, Ali Blade of Alibaba. I'm using it in place of it's for the gold. Sorry, well, partly gold find, but it's mostly for the magic item find chance, which is with the 2S 159. The super best in slot is the 6-sisted phase blade, but I just didn't want to use all that. I can actually, I've got them available, but it gives me a bit of extra gold, you know, whatever. And they've fixed it in recent patches between the what was an issue on the offhand, because it's a slow attack speed. It was affecting your berserk attack speed back in the day, but nowadays they fixed that, so this actually does swing at its full speed. Yeah, so that's what that is. And now I'm just going to check my life stats and all that. Okay, find item chance. I want to get this up to 75 ideally. Yeah, we get 1 skill point remaining. Okay, here we go. This is the fastest weapon for the job. So it's only downhill from here, but we can try different weapons if you guys are keen. Oh gosh, hold on, wait a minute. I've already cleared the pit. It's actually going to be refreshing going back to grief because, you know, corpse light isn't as cool as it is. I need to make sure I've got berserk on. Oh my gosh, it's so fast. It's so good. I miss it already. Oh wow. Oh man, that feels about 10 times faster. Grief is just mad damage. There's a reason why in some PvP tournaments it's banned. Drum side, the burning dead. Two charms in succession, 35 to life. If only it had one to, I don't know, combat skills, paladin.
I am overburdened.
Hey, oh, yo. Grief, Shaco, High Lords, Blade of Alibaba, War Travs, 32 MF Trangs, Fast Cast Rate MF, Res Ring, Nigma, Chances, 40 MF, Torch, Annie, and a whole lot of 7 and so on MF chance, 7 and 6s, but mostly 7s I think at this point, and 2 suicide branches to hit the 105% faster cast rate breakpoint on swap. Yeah, I mean, he's in game. He is level 99. This is offline, so I've got to find all the pieces myself. But yeah, the premise of this is I've got some grailers that we can use, like Ghost Flame, Death Cleaver, Razor's Edge, a number of weapons, Doombringer. When I see them taken for a whirl, I've put on Enable Respec so I can just change it up. We can change it up every now and again, because I can tell you, I'd find some fun in doing that, because the pitzerking is quite repetitive, and any change is kind of welcome, really. Even if it will be slower than grief. Everything will be. So it's not like I'm putting myself at an advantage, respecing 100 times. It's a disadvantage in terms of the grail, but an advantage in terms of excitement, or at least variety.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Double throw. Yeah, I mean, I've got an F Eth Lacerator and Eth War Strikes.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, that could be done. Like, yeah, what do you want to see the most? Ideally, it would keep some magic find, but you double throw. Okay, well, I'll pull out the I've had grief requested in 3 runs. I'll pull out the Eth Lacerator,
I can't carry anymore.
which I lucked early on with Barbgantuan when he was only like level, I think it was like maybe in the not quite level 80. And actually I was struggling at the time, and there was a damage boost because I was using Immortal King's Maul. Immortal King's is a Stone Crusher, I've forgotten. And yeah, an Eth Lacerator dropped. So I respect him. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. That's good. Perfect. It doesn't, well, I mean, you could say 20 to life, sure, but still that's a perfect roll. Whichever way you look at it.
I am overburdened.
Don't often find those. One second, I see you question there. I'm just going to get to it. This is players 1. I'm doing, this is Holy Grail. It doesn't, yeah, players 1's the most efficient. It doesn't change the number of drops for uniques or elites. Double throw better than Whirlwind for XPing. No, the most efficient way for a Barb to get to 99 is Whirlwind. Whirlwind with dual grief. And to make your dual grief just punch ridiculously hard is Reaper's Toll on the Mercenary. And you don't need to worry about mana issues if you've got a dual leech ring with some mana. Yeah. So right, we've got the vote for a throw Barb next. Do the Grail, sure. So I'll do 2 more runs now of the pit. I wouldn't say it's GG, but it's getting up there, that small charm before. By the way, we're after Death's Fathom and Schaefer's Hammer. They're the final 2 remaining I've got on the Grail. Now I need to be careful here. Fanaticism, and they pop off an amp damage and things get interesting quickly. But yeah. I've even got like Messerschmitt's Reaver and so on that I could pull out. See, I've got a lot of weapons. I mean, so Holy Grail 1, Holy Grail 2. Excuse me. So there's like some super rare ones I've got we can use. Of course, the Grandfather. I used that to level to 99, if you've seen the video. Got a Bone Hue. That is Eth though, so maybe I don't want to. I could use it for a little bit, use up some of the durability. Got an Eth Messerschmitt's Reaver here, Eth Lacerator, Death Cleaver. We chuck on, we could put on Earth Shifter. I mean, for the fun of it, like, yeah. As I said, like, there's other weapons too. Yeah, it was super lucky. On a terrorized Andariel, when the clock came around, I don't manipulate because, of course, you could just, the most efficient way to do it would be to manipulate TZ all the way through into the catacombs. But yeah, it's the only one that's ever dropped from her, and it turned out to be Tyrael's. So I've never seen a Sacred Armor before then. It's not like she's dropping Sacred Armors for me every other time it comes around. That Terror Zone, that is. And yeah, I was just blown away that it turned blue. And then about a week after that, I was grinding. I was a terrorized, just the pit, not the pit, sorry, the hole. Under the dark wood, it is, yeah. And another sacred armor dropped, and I was like, of all things, I actually want this to turn green. And it did turn green, so I got my Tyraels and my Templars within, strangely, a week. But you know, I'm sure we've all got stories like that where you haven't seen an item like ever, and then you start seeing it. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just RNG being weird. Alright, we'll mix it up, change it to a throw barb. And crazily, I've got the ethereal weapons to do it. I just need to find the Eth War Shrikes. I'm not sure where they are. Look at that, right there. At least I have some stash management. Some. Yeah, I mean, these are other weapons that could be used. The Vile Husk, that'd be interesting, I think, in like the sewers or so on, where there's heaps of Whiz Spike actually does a little bit of damage, right? Spirit, I don't think we'd use that. Can't use those. Okay, there's not really any weapons in here. I haven't done throw barb in a while. I need to grab the lacerator. Put this in here. Hopefully there's room. Gosh, if I run out of room that quickly. The Holy Grail too. Oh well. We can go straight into it. We'll just use the Eth lacerator. So it does one hand damage 44 to 232 with a 33% chance of open wounds, 30 IS, and 33% chance cast amplified damage on striking. I'd say they'll probably die about half the time before it procs. No, I have done it, but I've only got a 256 gig SSD, and ooh, wonder what my chance to hit's going to be. Berserk attack, oh, 69. I mean, look at that, a chance to hit though. 69%. I'd say this might even be faster than might even be faster than the corpse bludgeon weapon I've got. It just doesn't have. Look at that, the Eth lacerator's doing the job. Who would have thought? If I actually select it. Yeah, so 256 SSD, so, and it uses 40 gigs of space. So that's about the only reason I'm not using it. Crikey. The amount of damage they do sometimes when they get amp damage and they're all firing at you. Here's another kind of spicy situation, because often amp will come out of nowhere. There's the amp damage finally casting. Definitely doable. That direct text trick does work, but it puts me nearly at full capacity on my SSD. So no, I mean, who would have thought? Definitely does the job. Let me just check something. Yeah, quantity 270, 270. I've forgotten how that mechanic works with the throw. There goes the amp damage. So they die before the amp damage really gets to do its thing, unless there's a group of them. Demon Hide Armor.
I can't carry anymore.
Is it the Centurion? I get mixed up. Skin of the Flayed one. This is where I'd want it to proc. There we go. And amp damage on a barb is so powerful. I've done my fastest kill times of the boob is with the Gavel of Pain, casting that amp damage. And yeah, melt. They absolutely melt. I just need a hit. 69% chance to hit is, I mean, I could do better, but still, it's kind of fun going around proccing amp damage. It's not something you often see, you know. There's something I thought I saw. Oh, Hyperion Javelin. No. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it used an extra 40 gigs of space on my SSD last time.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, another Trang spell. We'll have a look at that. If it's an improve, that's gold, because I don't often come across it. So what we're trying to beat is 66 to life and 166 on the defense. I've gone through it. 66 to life, 49 to mana, 48 to mana. Nah, it beats it at less than mana. Yeah. Oh, Grimmer Reed. I mean, we could use that just for fun. Why not? Let the game take us. Oh yeah, so what are we talking now? 45 one hand damage, 52 to 198 with 30 IS. It has cold damage though. Oh well, we may shatter the odd enemy, so we won't use it for too long. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good as it. That is a nice charm. Nice. Right, let's try Gimmer Shred. We won't use Grimmer Shred too long because I mean that cold damage will shatter about. I imagine one in about. How many enemies we'll find out soon. Oh, I need to drop off my gold. It's going to get annoying. Alright, we haven't shattered an enemy yet. Ah, there goes one shatter. That's 1 in 5s thus far. Now wait a minute. I'm so used to throwing them down. See, I just saw the 17 to strength. That could be juicy. Yeah, well, when I fill the stash, I'll gamble the gold.
I can't carry anymore.
Well, he just took the kill there. He does it every now and again.
I can't carry anymore.
My shredder's just doing the job. Alright. Any weapon, I'll change it up. Is there a weapon that tickles your fancy? It's only shattering about one in every maybe 10 so far, roughly. 1 in 10. Which is good, because if it was shattering more than that, I'd definitely not want to be using it too long. Oh, that was another shatter.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, so if this corpse is shatter, there's no corpse to item find. So no cold damage. 217.3. I mean, that might be okay on a small charm. On a large charm, that is no good.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, another shatter there, but that wasn't unique. I quite like the lacerator. I think we'll go back to it for a little bit. That did the job. Oh, I've never used Death Cleaver, so I think I might chuck that on after this. I mean, yeah, unless you had something that you wanted to see. Not really about me. I'm just happy to change it up from corpse bludgeon. All right, here we go. It's that amp damage. It's so good when it goes. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Once it procs, it's getting up there with grief. Players one anyway. That amp damage on the lacerator. Oh yeah, the yellow sword. Um, yeah, why not? Let the game take us where it takes us. So unfortunately, it's oh yeah, okay. Uh, yeah, we use a weapon I just found. We'll put it on HC weapons. Yeah, here it is. I mean, that is getting real close. It just needed, so I don't need too much attack speed. Like, yeah, of course, it's ideal if it's 40%, but with some ED, some like 200 ED or so on, that would compete with Corpse Bludgeon because it's quite fast. if I upped it, it won't be much more damage. So like upgraded it because um, the it's not going to multiply that base damage. The majority of damage is coming from my character level, so it'll just add on a little bit more, like 20 odd damage. Yeah, it's about 20 more damage on both the min and max, but with Berserk running and all that, it's got the attack rating I need. Let's see how it goes. I'll hit more often than the Lacerator, but it's definitely not going to kill as fast as the Lacerator. Yeah, it's you know, it does the job. It's probably that's the second closest I've ever got to one of those rares. Like that's how rare they are. Even though the roll is mediocre. Just to get all those stats on one weapon, my gosh, the chances are astronomically low. I mean, if you think about it, the roll basically has to be over 200 ED to be worth it. And to get that is one in, you know, 200 in and of itself kind of thing, let alone all the other modifiers that you need on it. Oh gosh, that was a little bit of a, didn't want to be in the middle of a might pack and have amp damage on me. And look at the name of it. It's Soul Barb. How good is that? As if it was meant to be. Didn't even notice that before. You know what? In honor of the name, Soul Barb on a Barbgantuan, that is a barbarian. Oh, if only. If only. Stone skin. Always fun. Alright, what do I want to see next? For the meantime, I think I'll just chuck grief back on. Because, you know, grief. But yeah, incredible. That's so close to what could have been. is like lightning compared to other weapons. I mean, that's not a new discovery, but it's so noticeable when you go from one weapon to another. Like an EF lacerator is a high-end weapon, and it's not just a little bit faster, it's a lot faster. Just going to take this a little bit carefully because of that amp damage and this fanaticism.
I can't carry anymore.
Ah, gosh, she's got amp damage.
Good day. Hello.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. I can't. I am overburdened.
Okay, so we can go for another weapon change here. There's a few I've got in the Grail box, like things that come to mind, like, I could put on Doombringer, the Grandfather, Death Cleaver. I could put on the Gnasher. I don't think it would do any damage though. No, the Gnasher would do nothing. It does have Crushing Blow though. I just tried the EF Lacerator, which did pretty well. So if something tickles your fancy.
I can't carry.
Yep, we'll grab those. The Grandfather. Alright, I'll have to probably respec for that one. Holy Grail 2. I'll just check. I've got Death Cleaver 243 ED. We can compare. I've got the other Grandfather will have an Eth rune in it, which I'll want for increased chance to hit. And the Holy Grail 1. And we'll just see which Death Cleaver's higher roll, because I've got two of them with this barb. 265 ED. Yeah, that's a better roll. This one is 243. Okay, and let's have a look. So I've got a shale here. I probably want an Ethernet, I reckon. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Okay, shale, and that's the 250. Yeah, perfect ED grandfather. We haven't tried the war strikes yet. It's got 50% deadly strike. Forgot about that. And I mean, even the executioner's justice for fun. Yeah, I mean, why not? Oh, it's two-handed. Oh, I can go straight into the death cleave. Oh, it's an axe class, so I'll be missing a lot of attack rating. I'll need to respec. Yeah, that's horrible. Alright, just wait 1 second. I'll be right back. Got a wee bathroom break. Alright, I'm back. I'll need to respec for the attack rating because it'll be horrible without points into axe mastery. Where are we? Okay, here goes. Gosh. Dexterity 59, is that it? 1 point into dexterity and I'm done. Okay, we'll give it a bit of extra dext. Otherwise we'll be woeful in our axe mastery. Where are we? Throwing. They all look like an axe. If we to get it right, axe. Got myself to 75%. Let's have a look. Berserk. Gosh. Okay. Should be alright. Got the death cleaver. You know what? I found it before and I've never used it. Here we go. Oh, it's got negative 33% target defense. That's awesome. Oh, And it attacks quite quickly. Surprisingly good is 10IS25 Magic Find. Like, surprisingly good.
I can't carry anymore. I am overboard.
Crikey. That's nearing the clear speed of grief. That was a good suggestion, mate. I've always thought about putting on Death Cleaver, but nothing. I mean, I just didn't have the inspiration, and I should have. That is actually 40 IAS, 265 ED. Um, that minus 33% target defense is epic, and a 6% deadly strike. Gold. Yeah, this player's difficulty. It's actually it's better than well, it's very nearing grief. That deadly strike is brilliant. Would only be a couple of split seconds slower than grief, and how much cooler is it than grief? So effectively you can add on, well, the 66% deadly strike and 37 from there. That's 100% deadly strike. So that's pretty cool. Plus, what is it? Critical strike from here. I am really enjoying the Death Cleaver. I've found 3 in total ever. One of my softcore sorceresses offline. 2 with this Barbgantuan beast, pitzerking, and crikey, they were shelling out a bit of damage there. Another whiz spike is at the end. Yeah, and I've never used it. It's just always sat in my stash, and we can blame grief for that. It is a little bit slower than grief, unsurprisingly, but not by much margin, and it's just fun to not use grief.
I can't carry
Well, tells.
I am
See
overburdened.
if it's a 222. 221. Check that maiden javelin. You never know. Nope. Alright, we can change it from the Death Cleaver. We've got many options. We've got Ghost Slam, the Grandfather, War Strikes, haven't tried them yet. We've got, hell, I'll even do a run with the Nasher. Razor's Edge looks fun. I think it's got minus target defense, which will help. Man, that was the mother load of elite. Every now and again, 4 elite packs will spawn in that one area, which is gold. Yeah, the fact that it can one-shot every now and again is just brilliant. Inferno Strikes, non-air.
I can't carry anymore.
crikey. That's the max roll on the resistances. So 20 all res plus 40 on the fire res. But that's it. It needed to be 220 pally. That would have been brilliant. But yeah, what could have been, right? I can't say I've ever seen a roll like that with 20 all res and an extra res being perfect. 40. Not personally anyway, of my own finds. Maybe online, sure.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, man. I mean, the lifesteal, sure, but the problem with anything that's kind of like melee focused for a helm, um, G face, gaming space is almost always best in slot.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, your cast rate will get up there, mate. You just need to get that, although it seems like it takes ages to rock with the arachnid smash, but once you get that, and some, maybe some fast cast rate rings and Skin of the Viper Magi,
I am overburdened.
you should be away laughing. And Spirit and Dual Spirit, what does that give you? 70, doesn't it? As long as you get a good roll on both. Did I check the Hyperion Javelin? Well, the best weapon so far, unsurprisingly, is the Death Cleaver. I do wonder if the War Strike will defeat it. Oh yeah, and you get pretty good resistances, right, on the Taurash's armor. Alright, so I'll change it up from the Death Cleaver. I'm liking that the most so far. Change it up and do some, yeah, Earth War Strikes, which I can't believe I found. So,
I can't use this yet.
what do I need? 132 Dext. Got it to be throwing mastery anyway. Right, and how much strength do I need? Just 1 point into strength, and it gets me there because of the Enigma being in a mage plate. Gold. Risk can go into vitality. So right, we're going to try these War Strikes. I've never noticed the, look at that, Eth. Too good. Throwing mastery. Get this up to level. I want 75% on the hawk. Look at these 1 point over on berserk. Right, let's give it a go. Eth War Strikes coming in hot. See if they compare to the Death Cleaver. Oh, well, that's a good start. Oh, and I didn't even have berserk on. Crikey. Double check the stats. So what has it got? Piercing attack, that does not help us in this case. Replenishes quantity, well, not that I'm throwing it right now, but 50% deadly strike. So we're just basically looking at a really fast attacking weapon with what? With that deadly strike and deadly strike from there plus critical strike. It's basically critting all the time. I mean, this is fun because I wouldn't otherwise do this. I just kind of continue. Oh yeah, and a Nova every now and again. That's always fun. Let's go. Yeah. This is players one though, but hey, it's not grief. And I get a sweet little Nova every now and again. Not as good as the Death Cleaver, but still pretty good. The attack speed is great. What was it? 30 IAS on a winged knife base. It'll be pretty good. I found my third hardcore. Might even be fourth. Oh look, the game is just trying to take us in a certain direction. Balrog Spear, non-air. We might have to try that next. Just let the game flow in a certain direction. Let's look at the roll. 200 ED. I don't know if that's max roll or not. Or does it go up to like 250 or something? There's a chance. There's a chance that's max roll. There's a chance it's not. A rail rune. Alright, looks like the game's decided for us. It'll be the Demon Arch next. Because I'm already spec'd for it. I don't think I need extra. Nope.
It's locked. I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, the
I can't carry.
for melee, the negative target defense on the Death Cleaver is just actually gold.
I am overburdened.
I mean, I'd have to do calculations to say exactly what it would do for chance to hit, but it'd help a lot with closing in on that 95% chance. Whereas here, say with the War Strikes, yeah, so it's not great. 76% chance. Yeah. 1 second, I need to get some ID scrolls.
The Order welcomes you.
Got a Demon Arch. So I'll swap out the War Strikes now and chuck on that Demon's Arch. Look at that, ready to go. Lightning and fire damage, so no cold damage, which is great. And I'm just going to punch on over. Just going to check right now what that rolls, because it's 200. It might be like 250 or something weird like that. So it rolls. Oh, it's 160 to 210 enhanced damage. 6 to 12 life stolen per hit. So it rolled, I think, anti-perfect on the life. Anti-perfect on the life and 10 ED short of the max damage. It's got IAS, which is gold. But that's about it. Just because the base damage is less, I'd say, yeah. That was mostly the mercenary there.
I can't carry anymore.
Unsurprisingly, the tier list goes Grief, Death Cleaver, the Lacerator. What was that, a Hell Rune? No. And then, I'm not sure after that, maybe the War Strikes. It's huge. Dimensional Blade. I'm on the lookout for a Dimensional Shard. I'm almost tempted to use one of my socket quests and put an if in the Death Cleaver, because it's only fractionally slower than Grief, and I can get an extra 30 Magic Find with it. It's definitely faster than Corpse Bludgeon, which is the real weapon I've been using. Yeah, I mean, let's try, oh, I was about to compare it to the Lacerator, but I'll put it away. What weapon would we like to see next? I'm going to change it up. Could go the Grandfather. 75 in the attack rating. I think it's a max roll. So it's not bad. Oh, it could be 76. I can't remember. It's strange. So,
I am overburdened.
Alright, we'll put on the grandfather. That'll be reminiscent of my leveling to 99. So what do I need? A lot of strength. 189. And 110 dexterity. Right. This is going to leave. I was going to say it's going to leave not much on my life, but I forgot. It gives 80 to life and 20 to all attributes, so that'll bump it back up. So what is damage? 87 to 474. I've forgotten how big the damage was. Yeah. It is a perfect roll. Plus, being level 99, it's got the best damage you can see on the grandfather. Actually, what a lucky find! My first ever grandfather, perfect ED. So yeah, I find that quite satisfying. That on my hardcore barbarian, I've got the best grandfather you can get. I mean, maybe I could chuck a low in it for a 20% deadly strike, but I don't think I'll do that. It's just more of it's a wall piece, but a good wall piece at that. And all right, let's give it a shot. I haven't used the grandfather since I got to 99, basically. Oh no, I'd use it for a bit in key finding, and I actually did take the first Ubers I did ever, hardcore anyway, offline. I did dual wield the grandfathers. I'm yet to make a video about it. Let's see how we go. What's the attack speed like? It's actually alright. Let's see what the damage is like.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, that's right. I do have a shale in it. Maybe I should use it. Go full circle. A level to 99 with it. Maybe I should do the Grail with it.
I am overburdened.
Just trying to think if that's faster or slower than the Death Cleaver. It's hard to say. Fun ones are like the Doombringer. Oh, so like there's obviously some rune words like death and beast and so on. But Doombringer's a kind of a cool one, which is the unique um, champion sword. Is that right? Unique champion sword. It's got like chance to proc. Is it Nova? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've used it. Good amount of enhanced damage, indestructible. Yeah. Man, the sound effect on the grandfather's gold, it whizzes through the air, and it actually has the sound effect to go with a weapon that length. That's pretty a bit of attention to detail there.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I think the Death Cleaver might actually be superior. I do have a Breath of the Dying, would you believe it? But it's on my softcore offline account. I found a Zod with cows. I played 7 cows with my sorceress about, I think it might be close to 2 years ago now, and I rolled a Breath of the Dying with it, my one and only. But that crazily, that was actually the second Zod off it found, which is just nuts. But there was a period when I was absolutely hammering cows. Let's see if this is 131 on the ED. No. I can roll 131 on the defense. And I found a couple actually at that.
I am overburdened.
Yeah. A rare Caduceus. Let's have a look at it. 351 on the ED. Come here. One thing I'll say this does have over the Death Cleaver is the satisfying whirl as it glides through the air. Do I have a doom? I don't know if I do. And I definitely don't have a last wish. No, I'm not spending 3 jars on a weapon that's basically designed for well, either the Act 5 mercenary or the Act 5 mercenary. Act 5 mercenary or sorry, Ubers. Like that is for me, if I was going to be spending those jars, it'd be like one of the last rune words I'd roll that has jars in it. Like I'd rather use them on like a faith bow or something. Or a phoenix.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
It's pretty close between the grandfather and the unique ring. Any guesses? Well, actually, I'm a bit biased towards the grandfather, but I think the Death Cleaver does pip it in consistency and speed. Plus, that minus 33% target defense is huge. It really does help with chance to hit. I mean, what is he, like 86% with that, which won't help. What do I want to do? Sorry, I'm just losing my track. We can whack on another weapon. I mean, that's no good. Cold damage. We don't need that in the stash. I think I might go back to the Death Cleaver. And maybe put an ist in it. BK ring. Well, I hope you're right. Actually, I hope it's a Stoner Jordan. If it's a Stoner Jordan, I'll respec and take down Declone for a better Annie. Nah. 197 Ravenfrost with 18 to dexterity.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Huh. Well, you know what? The game's just decided for me what the next weapon is. This is too good. We'll put on the Bull Cathos. Sacred Charge, that is. That is just brilliant. This game has rolled me into a few weapons. I mean, I've forgotten. So yeah, what do we got here? 20 IAS, 200 ED, 35% chance crossbow, and a nice bit of all res. So we're going to miss a whole lot of life, some attributes and a bit of attack rating. But all in all, with that crushing blow, like, yeah. On the other hand, it's 75 to 195 damage. This is a whopping to 474 damage. So we're losing a bit of damage, quite a bit of damage. But, you know, I better check those war boots. It's got the fast run walk, some lightning. Ah.
I am overburdened.
You know, the grandfather can one shot, just one shot of that champion. Alright, up comes Bulcathos. Bulcathos's Sacred Charge. And the awesome thing about it is we are spec'd for Colossus Blades right now, 110, 189 strength and dexterity, and we're into Blade Mastery. So we are just straight into it. We couldn't have asked for a more fortuitous find. Which makes me think we try the Tribal Guardian after this. BK's, the other part of the BK set. Or, oh no, it's a Berserk build, it doesn't really do. I could put them on both, but I will miss some, put on both simultaneously, but I will be missing 159 magic find, but I think for the memes, for the fun, we can put up with that. It's Earth, can it be? Not even close. mean, it does the job. This is players one though. A unique amulet. Any guesses?
I am overburdened.
The drops are coming in fast.
I can't carry.
Maybe finally get that 30 Maras on my hardcore account. Actually, I'll find the Tribal Guardian. I think I may have kept it. I'm not sure. Just bear with me while I look through my mules for the BK's Tribal Guardian. Yeah, I'm hoping Fan of War. So I've got the Sacred Charge. I can leave that. I've definitely found the Tribal Guardian a few times, but if I've kept it as a different story, probably have not. I have an Eth Demon's Arch. I forgot about that. 205 on the ED. That's only 5% short on a perfect roll. Pretty cool. I've forgotten. Right, checking the final mule. I don't think I've kept um, the Tribal Guardian, which is a bit of a shame. Uh, yeah. Temper. Oh well, that would have been cool to. I would have found it fun. I've never pulled the set up, but this is the cool thing about Enable Respec, because I'm not going to waste my green essences from Bale on just random respecs like this, but I will. And so I would never try this without it. And here, um, damn, dang. Uh, right, so we've got a unique amulet, Saracen's Chance. I'm pretty sure I've got this. No, I know I have, but whether or not I kept it is a different story. You know what? I might keep it just in case there's a day when I'm like, hey, I want to make a build with Saracen's Chance. Alright, well, maybe we go until the next unique weapon comes along. whatever that might be. Crikey.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, well, while we're waiting for the next weapon to drop,
I can't use this yet.
we'll have my grandfather in hand.
I can't carry anymore.
I'm yet to find a Towel's amulet while pitzerking. It's insane. Oh, I found some super rare items, but not the simple towels. Well, it's not so simple, right? It's not the most common drop.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
The grandfather can still one shot.
I can't carry anymore.
Now, unless someone would like to say something else, I think I'll use a Doombringer next, given that I'm already spec'd for it, basically. Actually, we could use Ghost Flame at some point too. So we've got Doombringer to use. Sazabi's is be fun. Yep. An Eth Demon Limb. Yep. And Razor's Edge. Yeah, why not? Look at that. Deadly Strike. IAS. I'll keep that there. 87 to 259. 93 to 1 for 64. 50% chance of open wounds. I mean, definitely do the job. I'll try the Doombringer. So its one hand is 108 to 277. At a fast base attack speed. And 8% chance to cast Weaken on striking. Oh, that's gold, mate. You got yourself an Oculus. That's brilliant. That's it's got it. Yeah, be wary of that chance to cast teleport on being struck. I've often found it more likely saves you from danger, but an Istid Oculus is like one of the best magic finding weapons in the entire game for the sorceress. But hardcore wise, yeah. Well, I mean, for now, it's huge. Your skills and your magic find and all that. Okay, so Doombringer. Let's go. There's the Weaken proc. Well, you just got some incredible magic find drops. Blade of Alibaba's great, especially with a barbarian and well, pretty much anywhere. Yeah, just have on the offhand for hawking. So that huge boost to magic find. Alright, so we're done with the Doombringer. Got to try Razor's Edge. I reckon it'll actually be pretty good. It'll be a couple of hairs behind the Death Cleaver, but it's also got good amount of deadly strike and minus target defense. Yeah, so what is it, 93 to 164, and this is 87. That's missing a bit of damage to compete with it, and it's got less deadly strike, but I'd actually say with the attack speed it's going to be brilliant. I don't think I'll need the Doombringer again. Before I respec though, we'll use the Sazabis. Does give out cold damage, so we won't use Sazabis for long. Cheers, babe. Just got handed a coffee. Oh, it's fast. It's fast, but it doesn't do much damage. Come on. Now there's the shatter. Yeah, I was waiting for it. Amp damage while they got fanaticism on. That kill there was about 90% Wahid. Alright, yep, I just wanted to check. So, Sazabis. Cool with the damage to demons. Try Ghost Flame. That'll be fun. Ignore target's defense on Ghost Flame is going to be good. This is the second one I found just last night. Yeah, so I'll give it a shot. I'll double check what it does do. Yeah, a bit of extra magic damage and some light radius. Huge. Hold on. That was wrong. So Ghost Limb is does the job. I think my favourite so far is the Death Cleaver. That's non-grief.
Your presence honors me.
What have we got here? Yeah, that'd be pretty good. It's quite a bit of damage. Damage. And it's got enchant. But I can't repair the enchant on this one. It's Eth Rep, but I cannot use those charges. Well, I can use the charges, I just won't be able to repair them. Still be able to use the weapon though. Yeah, I'm thinking... Well, before I settle into the Death Cleaver, is there another weapon that you want to see? I mean, I can't say I've never used Ghost Flame, so this is a first for me. I mean, who does use Ghost Flame, right? But what's the point of doing a Grail if you don't even use the items? Well, there's plenty of point to do the Grail, it's just how fun is it to use the items you're actually finding.
I am overburdened.
Could use the Widowmaker, does have a more target's defense. Use the Widowmaker? Why not? The game's decided. Crikey.
I can't carry anymore. Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
Well, we've got the Razor's Edge. That would probably be the big one.
I can't carry anymore.
And Runewords, I mean Lawbringer, but it's real weak. Let's see, we're spec'd right now for Blade Mastery. $146 dexterity. How much have we got? Nowhere near enough. I mean, this is probably the weirdest thing I've ever done, but you know what? We're mixing it up today. I'll put on the Widowmaker. It's I think it's the Widowmaker that in PvP you can put on and just swap, because you get guided arrow and it just kind of whittles them down. To be fair, I think what's going to happen is as soon as I howl, Wahei's going to do about 9/10 of the killing. But the game has decided. $46. Yeah, I don't need to worry about masteries because it won't be impacted by any of these. So we can just max out. What would actually benefit from? What would it benefit from?
What you need?
I don't think it'll benefit from anything. I'm just trying to think here. 24 skill choices remaining. Attack, stun. Yeah, well, I don't think I can use any skills with it. Which means I may as well put my remaining points into... We'll just see. I doubt it. No. Guided arrow it is. I mean, I may as well put something into something defensive here. Can't say I've ever done this. If I get something juicy, I will lose it. Yeah, we're not doing huge damage. Oh no. That was 95% Wahid. Well, they can barely hit me because of my defense. Look at that damage. That's what you came for. It's a hard-hitting barbarian. But the game did decide by dropping that Widowmaker. Crikey, the damage. We've got to give it another run. We've guts to. Just give it a proper go. Alright, just got to be back in a second. Alright, well, despite the fact that the Widowmaker is essentially doing nothing, or 3/5 of stuff all, still give it another run. one advantage. I can just shoot from a distance. See, that was a legitimate takedown with the Widowmaker. We'll do that again. And what's that? I'm a ranged barb. Come at me. No, now there's enemies in the way. Yeah, we'll be throwing the Widowmaker aside after this run. The novelty is wearing thin rapidly.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Oh, I got that around the wrong way. Alright, we'll give the Razor's Edge a go. That's it wouldn't be too far off. Is it blue? Look at that. It wouldn't be too far off. Similar kind of stat setup to the Death Cleaver. It's like the budget or the poor man's Death Cleaver, I suppose. But I reckon maybe for the grind herein, I go the Death Cleaver. It was so close, at least here on Players 1, to the clear speed of Grief, and I can chuck an ist in it. We definitely want Berserk.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, let's give it a proper shot now. Come on. Oh, it's got a socket as well. It's about as close as we got. The cool thing about those Eth blades is when you upgrade them, they retain their Ethness, and if you up them to a phase blade, they not only retain their Ethness, but they become indestructible, which is a cool little scenario, I reckon. Not that I've ever found worthy of upping. Is that a rune? If that was an ohm, I could have missed it.
I can't carry anymore.
So the Razor's Edge is more than doable. Deadly Strike and the chance to what's the word? Deadly Strike and the negative monsters defense is really helpful. The damage is not very good though. We'll give it a good go. Maybe another one more run. Blood Rides. Yeah. It's a cool kind of weapon. Early on, that is. Warside. I mean, I don't know if it's good enough to use. Yeah, that's a normal base. Alright, Razor's Edge, passable. Absolutely passable. Players one. But I think I could just roll an Oath. What's the highest rune in an Oath? Is it a Pull? Gull. I mean, just for the sake of it, I've got a Balrog Blade there ready to go. Or even, because it is indestructible, right? It's been a long time. Oh, there's no IAS on the Oath, right? Oath rune word. Just checking it now. Yeah, Shale, Pull, Mal, Lum. 30% chance to cast level 20 Bone Spirit. Indestructible, 50 I. Oh, it's got 50 IAS. 210 to 340 ED. 75 damage to demons. Attack rating to demons. Oh, it's got Heart of the Wolverine. I mean, that will beat a. Oh, it doesn't have any kind of notable attack rating, so I think that's where it would fall down. So we could, but it's just the attack rating piece comes into play so big. Highland Blade? Do I? I'm just considering here, do I use one of my socket quests to... Yeah, that damage is 37,105. Because it's... Yeah, Highland Blade I think is possibly the best base attack speed. So let me just check. IS calculator. Here we go. Weapon, Barbarian, Skill, Berserk, Table IS, Primary Weapon. So Balrog Blade is 0, and then a Highland Blade. Highland Blade -5. Highland Blade is faster. So to get the 11 frames, 72, what's realistic here? Oh, it's got 50 on the roll itself, and then I'll only need... Okay, I won't quite make the 11 frames. So if I can hit the 72 IS, I'll get 11 frames attack on a Highland Blade. But I'm only getting 20 from Hyla's Wrath, plus 50 from the Oath, which is 70. It's too short, 2 points short of the 11 frame. Whereas, you know, things like Grief, Phase Blade, I mean, it's just ridiculous. You only need to hit 42 to get the 9 frame attack point. Decisions. Grief is just ridiculous. And a Phase Blade, yeah. Hmm. Well, I've definitely got the runes for it. The Highland Blade would be better all round. It's got a lower IAS table to hit the certain attack breakpoints, but I don't know if I would use one of my socket quests. Really is probably the big thing, unless I spent a couple of hours just getting a sorceress through the normal to get another socket quest somewhere. Yeah, well, decisions to make. Alright, well for now I think I'll end the stream, get myself some brekkie. Yeah, but that was a fun wee session. We tried a few things: Death Cleaver, Ghost Flame, Grandfather. We didn't use the Demon Limb. What else? This random weapon I just found, which if only it had some enhanced damage. 380 would have been beautiful. Tried the Doombringer, I tried the Bullcathar Sacred Charge, a couple of others, but number one on the unique side was definitely the Death Cleaver, and then following that was the Eth Lacerator that I've got. Eth Warstrikes were up there. Razor's Edge was okay, but I'd say before that was the Grandfather, and then the rest. But yeah, good session, a nice change for me from the grind of pitzerking. So cheers for joining, and until next time.